America is a well-developed country in the world, and its politics is a complex and dynamic landscape that shapes the course of the nation's history. There have been 46 presidents of the United States, including the current president. While some leaders are praised for their forward-thinking decisions and revolutionary leadership, others have come under fire and been condemned for their deeds. In this video, we will explore 10 worst presidents in American history. Number 10. Zachary Taylor. Zachary Taylor was the 12th president of the United States. His nicknamed Old Rough and Ready, Taylor was a war hero who became president at a time of growing tension over slavery. He was born in Virginia November 1784 and passed away on July 1850. His presidential term lasted from July 1849 to March 1851. Taylor spent most of his life in the Army. He fought in the War of 1812, the Seminole Wars, and most famously, the Mexican-American War. One of Taylor's most significant failures was his handling of the contentious issue of slavery. Despite being a slaveholder himself, Taylor's ambiguous stance on the expansion of slavery into new territories only served to exacerbate tensions between the North and the South. Furthermore, Taylor's leadership style was criticized for its ineffectiveness and lack of direction. He struggled to build consensus within his own administration, leading to a disjointed and ineffective governance. In the end, Zachary Taylor's presidency was marked by missed opportunities and political gridlock. Number 9. Herbert Hoover. He was born in 1874. Hoover rose from humble beginnings to become the 31st President of the United States, serving from 1929 to 1933. But his legacy extends far beyond his time in office, shaping the course of the nation and the world. Hoover's ascent to global prominence began during World War I when he led the Commission for Relief in Belgium, a monumental effort to alleviate suffering and starvation. Hoover was a notoriously bad communicator who aggravated the Great Depression by igniting trade conflicts. The battle hero is a political neophyte who makes a terrible president. When the Great Depression began, he cut taxes and launched public works initiatives to boost employment, but he adamantly refused unconditional aid. His biggest issue may not have been his strict dedication to conservative values. He was a bad communicator and came across as cruel and callous. Number 8. John Tyler. John Tyler, the 10th President of the United States. He was born in Virginia in 1790. And served as president from April 1841 until March 1845. A strong believer in states' rights, he entered politics, serving in the state legislature and eventually becoming governor. John Tyler, who was ranked 6th worst when William Harrison passed away from illness barely 30 days after taking office. One of Tyler's most contentious actions was his steadfast support for states' rights and the expansion of slavery. Tyler's decision to annex Texas further exacerbated tensions between the North and South, setting the stage for the Civil War. Despite his efforts, Tyler's presidency was marked by ineffectiveness and failure. His lack of political acumen and inability to navigate the turbulent waters of antebellum America left him isolated and unpopular. In the end, John Tyler's presidency serves as a cautionary tale of the perils of leadership without consensus. Number 7. Millard Filmore. Millard Filmore, the 13th President of the United States, served a short but consequential term from 1850 to 1853. His presidency was overshadowed by the ever-growing rift between the North and South over slavery. Born in a log cabin in upstate New York in 1800, Fillmore's life exemplified the early American ideal of self-made success. In 1848, Filmore was elected vice president under Zachary Taylor. When Taylor died in office just 16 months into his term, Filmore ascended to the presidency. Fillmore's presidency was dominated by the issue of slavery. He signed into law the Compromise of 1850, a series of measures aimed at temporarily calming tensions. Filmore, unlike some of his contemporaries, didn't see slavery as inherently wrong. He viewed it as a political problem to be managed, not a moral evil to be eradicated. After his presidency, Filmore aligned himself with the Know Nothing Party, a virulently anti-immigrant movement. Filmore is often seen as a caretaker president, lacking the strong leadership needed to navigate the country through such a perilous time. Number 6. Warren G. Harding. Warren G. Harding, the 29th President of the United States, is widely considered one of the worst presidents in American history. His administration was plagued by scandals, ineptitude, and a lack of strong leadership. He was born in 1865 in rural Ohio. Harding was an enthusiastic golfer and poker player. Harding's presidency was marred by a series of scandals that eroded public trust. The most notorious involved his cabinet members, who were caught taking bribes in exchange for government favors. Harding was known for his easygoing nature, but many saw this as laziness and a lack of commitment to the job. Neglecting pressing issues, the post-World War I era presented numerous challenges, including economic depression, labor unrest, and social change. Harding, however, failed to address these issues head-on. Harding's failure to provide strong leadership during a critical time and his association with a deeply corrupt administration continue to overshadow any potential achievements. Number 5. William Henry Harrison. William Henry Harrison, the 9th President of the United States, holds a unique place in American history. Harrison elected in 1840 and died just 31 days into his term, making his the shortest presidency in U.S. history. Before becoming president, Harrison served in the military as an officer. He played a key role in the Northwest Territory, including the Battle of Fallen Timbers, which opened up land for settlement. Due to the brevity of his time, Harrison wasn't able to establish any significant policies or leave a lasting impact on the country. There's simply no track record of success or failure. Harrison's lengthy inauguration speech, delivered in harsh weather, is seen by some as a factor in his illness. Some argue focusing on such short presidencies takes away from presidents, who served full terms and had a real chance to shape the nation. Was Harrison a truly bad president, or just an unfortunate footnote? Number 4. Franklin Pierce. Franklin Pierce served as the 14th President of the United States from 1853 to 1857 and is often remembered as a relatively forgotten figure in American history. Born on November 1804 in Hillsborough, New Hampshire, Pierce's presidency was marked by the escalating tensions over slavery that would eventually lead to the Civil War. Prior to his presidency, Pierce had a distinguished political career. He served in the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate, and also fought in the Mexican-American War. One of the most notable pieces of legislation passed during Pierce's presidency was the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. This act, which repealed the Missouri Compromise of 1820, allowed for the possibility of slavery in the Kansas and Nebraska territories based on popular sovereignty, intensifying the conflict between pro-slavery and anti-slavery factions. Pierce's handling of the Kansas-Nebraska Act and other issues related to slavery alienated him from many within his own party, and he failed to secure the Democratic Party's nomination for re-election in 1856. Number 3. Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson assumed the presidency after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln in April 1865, becoming the 17th President of the United States. Born on December 29, 1808, in Raleigh, North Carolina, Johnson's presidency was marked by the tumultuous period of Reconstruction following the Civil War. Before his presidency, Johnson had a diverse political career. He served as a U.S. representative, a senator from Tennessee, and as the military governor of Tennessee during the Civil War. Johnson's approach to Reconstruction differed significantly from that of the radical Republicans in Congress. One of the most contentious issues during Johnson's presidency was the debate over civil rights and the rights of newly freed African Americans. Despite the controversies surrounding his presidency, Johnson's legacy includes his efforts to restore the Union and his role in the early stages of Reconstruction. Andrew Johnson's presidency serves as a reminder of the challenges and complexities of post-war reconciliation and the struggle to define the rights and freedoms of all citizens in the aftermath of a devastating conflict. Number 2. Donald Trump. Donald John Trump, a businessman, television personality, and real estate mogul, assumed the presidency on January 2017 as the 45th President of the United States. His presidency was marked by a blend of unconventional political tactics, economic policies, and polarizing rhetoric that garnered significant attention both domestically and internationally. Born on June 1946 in Queens, New York City, Trump's entrance into politics was preceded by a highly successful career in real estate development and entertainment. During his presidency, Trump pursued a variety of policy initiatives, including tax cuts, deregulation, and renegotiating international trade agreements. Trump's presidency was also marked by numerous controversies, including investigations into Russian interference in the 2016 election, allegations of collusion with foreign entities, and 2 impeachments by the House of Representatives. Number 1. James Buchanan. James Buchanan, the 15th President of the United States, served from 1857 to 1861, immediately preceding the Civil War. Born on April 1791 in Cove Gap, Pennsylvania, Buchanan had a long and distinguished career in public service before assuming the presidency. Buchanan's political career included service as a member of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, a U.S. congressman. Buchanan's presidency is often criticized for his handling of the escalating tensions between the North and South over the issue of slavery. Buchanan's approach to the issue of slavery was marked by a commitment to preserving the Union at all costs, even if it meant appeasing Southern slaveholders. The secession of Southern states began during Buchanan's presidency, and his failure to take decisive action to prevent it is often cited as a significant shortcoming. James Buchanan's presidency is remembered as a time of political turmoil and division, with his failure to address the root causes of the Civil War casting a shadow over his legacy. And there you have it, the 10 worst presidents in American history. While each leader faced unique challenges, their legacies serve as reminders of the importance of leadership, integrity, and accountability in the highest office in the land. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical content.